Hello and welcome to the ActivTrades Weekly Outlook. This week was a busy one for central banks. Here's a quick rundown of the key decisions. In a historic shift, the Bank of Japan ended its era of negative interest rates and abolished its yield curve control policy. The signals a move towards tighter monetary policy after more than 17 years of accommodative monetary policy. The Reserve Bank of Australia opted to hold interest rates steady for the third consecutive meeting at 4.35%. The Federal Reserve kept its borrowing costs unchanged in a range between 5.25% to 5.5% and confirmed its expectations for 3 cuts to interest rates in 2024. While the Swiss National Bank is the first of the major central banks to have cut interest rates by 0.25 percentage points to 1.5%, the Bank of England is expected to leave interest rates unchanged at 5.25%. Let's dive in. Sales of newly constructed single-family homes in the US in January increased by 1.5% over the previous month to a seasonally adjusted annualized pace of 661,000. It was the second increase in a row in line with the decline in mortgage rates in the first month of the year. A further increase of around 673,000 is expected for February when the new data is released on Monday. The overall business activity index for manufacturing in Texas, as reported by the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas in the US, rose from an 8-month low of -27.4 in January 2024 to -11.3 in February 2024. After an improvement to around -8 is expected from the new report due on Monday. Australia's MOM Consumer Confidence Index conducted by Westpac rose from -1.3% in January to 6.2% in February. A dip back to -1.6% is expected for March when the figures are updated on Tuesday. Following an 11-month low of 29.6 in February, the GfK Consumer Climate Indicator for Germany increased somewhat to -29 as of March in line with market expectations. The April data is expected to be released on Tuesday. Month-over-month US new durable goods orders are due on Tuesday. Following a 0.3% decline in December 2023, orders fell by 6.1% month-over-month in January, above market estimates of a 4.5% decline. Growth of around 1% is forecast for February. In the year ending in January 2024, Australia's monthly consumer price index (CPI) indicator was 3.4%, which was both lower than market expectations of 3.6% and unchanged from the previous month. When the new data is released on Wednesday, no change is expected again for February. The euro area's economic confidence indicator in February fell short of the market expectations of 96.7 to 95.4, down from the revised result of 96.1 in January. Businesses at the time were still feeling the weight of persistently high inflation, growing borrowing costs, and sluggish external demand, which has been keeping sentiment muted. When the new results are published on Wednesday, a small dip to around 95 is forecast. Following a downwardly revised 0.2% growth in the previous quarter, the British economy, according to a preliminary report due on Thursday, contracted 0.2% year-over-year in the fourth quarter of 2023. This marks the first contraction since 2021 and contrasts with market expectations of a 0.1% increase. The final result we'll see on Thursday. Month-over-month Canadian GDP for January is due on Thursday as well. It is expected that the economy most likely expanded by 0.4%. The final US GDP growth rate is due on Thursday as well. After growing at a 4.9% rate in Q3, the US economy will likely be confirmed to have increased at an annualized rate of 3.2% in Q4 2023. US pending home sales will be released on Thursday. Numbers fell 8.83% in January this year compared to the same month the year before. Growth of 2.4% is expected for February. In February, France's annual inflation rate decreased to 3% from 3.1% in the previous month, surpassing initial projections of 2.9%. When the new data is released on Friday, a reduction to around 2.8% is expected for March. Italy is also due to report its inflation figures on Friday. In February, Italy's annual inflation rate was 0.8%, which was consistent with previous projections and unchanged from the previous month. An increase to around 0.9% is forecast for March. The US's core PCE prices, which exclude food and energy, rose by 0.4% in January 2024 compared to the previous month. This was the highest increase since February 2023 and was predicted by the market. The new figures due on Friday are expected to show growth of around 0.3% for February. If you would like to read the full outlook, please visit the analysis section on our website. Happy trading!